Do men reveal their true feelings with these 9 secret words? Stoic life lessons. Stoicism. Men aren't always direct when it comes to expressing emotions. This often leaves people, especially women, questioning, does he really love me? Why doesn't he just say it? But here's the truth. Men communicate love in ways that are often overlooked. Words hold power, but so does silence. In a world driven by emotions and expectations, it's easy to miss the subtle ways men express their deepest feelings. As the Stoics teach, true understanding comes from looking beyond what is said to what is meant. So ask yourself, have you ever felt deeply loved by a man who never actually said the words, "I love you"? That's because love isn't always spoken outright. Instead, it's revealed in small, meaningful moments, and more importantly, in specific words that go unnoticed. By the end of this video, you'll recognize the 9 secret words that signal true love. Words that reveal his trust, his loyalty, and his long-term commitment. And trust me, the final word, number 9, is the strongest proof of all. Stay with me, because once you understand this, you'll never misinterpret love again. Let's begin. 1. We, the subtle shift that means everything. When a man shifts from saying I to we, it signals something profound. He is no longer thinking only about himself, he is thinking about both of you. This small linguistic shift carries immense weight because men, by nature, are independent thinkers, often focused on their own goals, ambitions, and personal journeys. Stoic life lessons teach us that true strength lies in understanding the interconnectedness of life, and this transition from I to we is a testament to that. In Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "That which is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bee." In other words, when a man begins to see his happiness, his future, and his decisions as linked to another person, it reflects a transformation in his perception of love, partnership, and commitment. It is no longer just about his own experience. It is about a shared journey, a joint path forward. A man planning his next vacation says, "I want to visit Italy next year." This is a statement of personal desire, an independent choice. But if he says, "We should go to Italy next year," that subtle change indicates a fundamental shift in mindset. He is not merely thinking of a solo adventure, but rather of an experience that includes you. The journey is no longer just about what he wants, it becomes about what you both would enjoy together. It is a sign that he is mentally making space for you in his life, not just as a fleeting presence, but as a long-term companion. This is the kind of commitment that is not always expressed in grand gestures or poetic words, but in the small, everyday ways a man reveals his true feelings. Understanding what Stoicism teaches us about relationships adds another layer of depth to this realization. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions. It is about recognizing what truly matters. Epictetus once said, "If you wish to be loved, love." Love, from a Stoic perspective, is not just about passion or fleeting desire. It is about responsibility, consistency, and choosing someone even when emotions fluctuate. So when a man naturally starts to include you in his vision of the future, it is not a random slip of the tongue. It is an unconscious signal of trust, commitment, and emotional investment. In the modern world, where distractions are endless and commitment often feels uncertain, this shift from I to we is more valuable than ever. Many relationships today struggle because people hesitate to integrate their lives, fearing loss of independence. But the truth is, strong partnerships are not about losing oneself. They are about expanding one's world to include another person. When a man starts saying we, he is showing that he is emotionally secure enough to build something greater than himself. This doesn't mean that his individuality disappears. On the contrary, a strong we is formed by two strong I who choose to walk together. Listen to how he speaks about the future. Does he talk about his plans or your plans, or do they become our plans? Does he make decisions with only himself in mind, or does he pause to consider what would work best for both of you? When a man deeply cares, he instinctively starts factoring you into his decision-making process. It might be something as simple as saying, "We should try that new restaurant," or "We could take a weekend trip." These seemingly casual remarks hold significant meaning. They show that his happiness is now linked to yours. But let's take it one step further. Does he use we only in the good times, or does he maintain that language even when things get tough? True commitment isn't just about sharing excitement and joy, it's about standing together through challenges. When life gets stressful, when plans don't go perfectly, does he still talk about solving problems together? This is the ultimate test of whether his shift in language is genuine. A man who truly values you won't just include you in his vision of the good times. He will ensure that you are part of the solutions, the growth, and the resilience needed to navigate life's inevitable difficulties. Seneca once wrote, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." A committed relationship should be exactly that, a source of mutual growth, shared wisdom, and a deepening of character. When a man uses we, it is a sign that he sees you as an integral part of his self-improvement, his journey toward becoming a better person. Love, when it is real, is not about grand words, but about consistent actions and mindset shifts that make you feel valued, prioritized, and considered. In a world where relationships are often transactional and temporary, recognizing the meaning behind words is crucial. Many men may struggle with verbal expressions of love, but their language reveals more than they realize. The shift from I to we is one of the clearest indicators. Social, emotional investment, even if he hasn't explicitly said, "I love you." Because in reality, love is not just about words. It is about how someone consistently includes you in their life, in their thoughts, and in their future. So, pay attention. Listen carefully. If a man has begun to naturally say we instead of I, know that he is not just thinking about the present moment. He is envisioning something much bigger. And in that simple word lies one of the strongest signs of true commitment, proving that love in its most profound form is not just spoken but lived. 2. Safe, the deepest level of trust. Men are often conditioned to be strong, independent, and emotionally guarded, carrying the weight of societal expectations that tell them to suppress vulnerability, mask their emotions, and always project an image of control. But when a man truly trusts you, when he allows himself to be emotionally connected on the deepest level, he will let his guard down, revealing a side of himself that few ever see. One of the clearest signs of this is when he talks about safety. If a man says, "I feel safe with you," or "I want you to feel safe with me," these are not just casual words, they are profound expressions of trust and love. Because for a man, safety is not just physical, it is emotional. The world often expects men to be protectors, but the truth is men too need protection, not from external threats, but from the fear of being misunderstood, judged, or dismissed. When he tells you he feels safe, what he is really saying is that he trusts you enough to be real, to be flawed, and to be himself without pretense. Most men do not open up easily, not even to their closest friends. They can spend hours talking about work, sports, or casual topics, but when it comes to their fears, insecurities, and struggles, they often keep them locked away. Not because they don't feel emotions, but because they have been taught that showing them is a sign of weakness. However, if a man tells you that he feels safe around you, it means he sees you as more than just a companion. It means you are one of the few people in his life who he can trust with his inner world. It's a level of intimacy that goes beyond physical attraction or affection. It's about emotional security. Emotional wealth in a relationship is not about grand gestures or extravagant declarations of love. It is about the quiet, steady assurance that he can be himself, without needing to pretend, without needing to guard every word, and without fearing that his emotions will be used against him. There's a powerful lesson in this for modern relationships. In today's fast-paced world, where people often struggle to connect beyond surface-level interactions, the concept of emotional safety is more important than ever. Many relationships falter not because of a lack of love, but because one or both partners feel they must constantly be on guard, hiding their true thoughts and emotions for fear of being judged or rejected. A man who tells you he feels safe is not merely complimenting you, he is revealing that you are the rare person who makes him feel seen, heard, and understood. This is a significant moment because men are not often encouraged to speak about their emotional needs. When he does, he is trusting you with something precious, his true self. And if he tells you, "I want you to feel safe with me," it means he is not only opening up his heart, but also committing to being the kind of man who offers you the same level of trust, security, and emotional refuge. To put this into perspective, consider the story of a man who had spent his entire life being the strong one. He was the dependable friend, the reliable brother, the hard-working provider, always the pillar that others leaned on. He never showed weakness, never admitted to feeling overwhelmed, because he believed that was his role. But then he met someone who, without judgment or expectation, simply listened. She didn't try to fix him, didn't pressure him to open up, she just created a space where he felt safe enough to let his walls down. And for the first time in years, he admitted, "I don't always have it together." That moment was not about weakness. It was about strength, the strength it takes to be vulnerable with someone who truly matters. This is the essence of Stoic happiness, not about suppressing emotions, but about understanding which emotions are worth sharing and with whom. Stoicism today teaches us that wisdom is knowing where to place our trust, and a man who speaks of safety is revealing exactly that. If a man expresses his trust in you through words of safety, how do you respond? Do you acknowledge it as the deep emotional connection that it is, or do you overlook it as just another phrase? And if he is offering you that same safety, do you allow yourself to accept it, or do you resist, fearing your own vulnerability? A strong relationship, one built on a true Stoic mindset, is not just about passion, excitement, or shared interests. It is about mutual trust, about creating a space where both of you can be honest, unfiltered, and real. Safety in love is about knowing that even in your worst moments, you are not alone. So the next time a man tells you he feels safe with you, recognize the depth of what he is saying. It means he is no longer just playing a role, he is letting you in. And if he wants you to feel safe with him, it means he values you enough to offer that same unwavering trust in return. In a world where so many people wear masks to hide their true selves, to be someone's safe place is one of the greatest gifts you can give and receive. Because when all else fades, looks, excitement, even time itself, the feeling of being truly safe with someone remains. And that is what real, lasting love is built upon. 3. Proud more than just support. Love is not just about affection, it's about admiration, respect, and pride. A high-value man, one who truly sees you as a part of his life, does not merely support you, he takes genuine pride in who you are, what you do, and the way you move through life. Men express love differently than women. While women often use words of affirmation and emotional expressions, men tend to show their love through action, admiration, and deep respect. When a man truly cares, he sees your success as his own, your strength as something to admire, and even the smallest victories as worth celebrating. Think about this. Have you ever watched a man's eyes light up when talking about someone he truly values? That's because pride is one of the purest indicators of emotional attachment. He's not just saying "good job" in a passive way, he's saying, "I'm so proud of how you handled that." It's a subtle shift, but it changes everything. It means he isn't just recognizing what you did, he is emotionally invested in your growth, your resilience, and your journey. A high-value man, one with a Stoic mindset, doesn't just see a relationship as companionship, he sees it as a shared path where both people inspire each other to be better. This is why a man who takes pride in you is showing something much deeper than just appreciation. He is revealing that he sees you as someone he can stand beside. It's someone whose strength and accomplishments he values deeply. Have you ever noticed how a man will casually mention his partner's achievements in conversations with friends, family, or co-workers? That's not an accident. When a man brags about you, not in an exaggerated way, but in a way that genuinely highlights his admiration, he is telling the world, "This is the person I stand beside, and I couldn't be prouder." And this is not just limited to major accomplishments like promotions, awards, or milestones. It could be as simple as you handling a difficult conversation with grace, navigating a stressful situation with calm, or even mastering a new skill. If he says, "That's amazing, I'm so proud of you," it means he truly sees you not just as someone he loves, but as someone he deeply respects. Respect and admiration are the foundations of a strong relationship. In today's world, where surface-level attraction is often mistaken for love, true connection comes from something deeper. A high-value man doesn't just want someone to share time with, he wants someone he can admire, someone he sees as a reflection of his own values. This is why men who are truly in love take pride in their partner's accomplishments. It's not just about being happy for you, it's about being proud with you. The difference often lies in whether admiration is present. A man who is proud of you will push you to reach higher, celebrate your wins, and stand by you through challenges, not because he has to, but because your success genuinely matters to him. And this goes both ways. Just as you appreciate his drive, his character, and his strength, he thrives on knowing that the person he loves is someone worth admiring. Relationships built on mutual admiration are the ones that last. They create a partnership where both people feel seen, valued, and motivated to keep growing. The Stoic mindset teaches us to focus on what truly matters, to build strong foundations, to act with integrity, and to value the things that bring long-term fulfillment. In love, this means choosing a partner who doesn't just love you, but admires you, someone who sees the effort you put into life and acknowledges it with pride. Love without respect is fleeting, but admiration and pride are the signs of a love that stands the test of time. The next time he tells you, "I'm so proud of you," don't just hear the words, understand the depth behind them. It means he's not just with you, he's rooting for you, supporting you, and truly celebrating you. And that, more than anything, is what real love looks like. 4. Home, the most intimate confession. For men, home is not just a physical space, it's a feeling, an unshakable sense of peace, stability, and belonging. When a man tells you that you feel like home, he is revealing one of the most intimate confessions of love, trust, and emotional security. While men often appear tough, self-sufficient, and independent on the surface, deep down they seek a refuge, a place where they can set aside the burdens of the world and simply be. This is not just about romance. It is about finding a foundation, a constant in an ever-changing world. If he looks at you and says, "Being with you feels like home," he is not speaking in empty words. He is acknowledging that you provide him with something rare: true comfort, emotional safety, and the feeling of being understood without pretense. As Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, once said, "Nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free of interruptions than your own soul. Retreat to it often." In a man's life, his home is not just where he lives, but where he retreats emotionally. And if that place is you, it is one of the clearest signs of deep, unwavering love. After a long, exhausting day, where does he want to be? If his first instinct is to come to you, to talk to you, to simply sit beside you, it means that you are not just a part of his life, you are his peace. Life is full of noise, stress, and challenges, and for a high-value man, finding someone who brings him a sense of calm is rare. This goes beyond mere attraction. This is about trust, about knowing that in your presence, he does not have to perform, does not have to hold his guard up, does not have to be anything other than himself. A man who sees you as home does not crave constant excitement or external distractions. He values the simple, quiet moments of togetherness. In today's fast-paced, overstimulated world where people are chasing constant highs, the ability to find contentment in stillness, in companionship, is a testament to something real and enduring. Love, in its truest form, is not found in grand gestures or fleeting passion, but in the moments where two people sit together in silence and feel completely at ease. Think about a man who has spent most of his life avoiding commitment, never staying in one place too long, always keeping relationships at arm's length. He has been taught to be independent, to guard his emotions, to always be in control. But then, one day, he looks at you and says, "You just feel like home to me." That moment carries more weight than any dramatic declaration of love, because it means he has found what he didn't even realize he was looking for. It means he no longer feels the need to run, to search, to keep his distance. He has found stability not in a place, but in you. This is one of the greatest signs of emotional investment a man can show, and it is not something that happens lightly. Men do not use words like home casually. They use them when they feel something deeply, something undeniable. The ancient Stoics taught that true happiness, Stoic life lessons, come not from chasing external pleasures, but from finding inner peace. Another clear sign of this deep connection is in the way he prioritizes spending time with you. If he chooses quiet evenings with you over distractions, if he enjoys cooking together, watching a movie, or simply existing in the same space without the need for constant stimulation, it is because your presence alone is fulfilling. High-value men, men who understand the depth of real connection, do not measure love in adrenaline rushes or surface-level excitement. They measure it in belonging. If he consistently seeks you out when he needs to unwind, when he needs comfort, when he needs to reset from the demands of the world, then you are not just a part of his life, you are his safe place. Now ask yourself, what does this truly mean for you? If a man has told you that you feel like home, do you recognize the significance of that statement? Do you understand that he is not merely complimenting you, but revealing something deeply personal about where he feels most secure? And more importantly, do you also feel that sense of belonging with him? Love should never be one-sided. If you are his home, do you also feel at home with him? Relationships that thrive, that stand the test of time, are built on mutual emotional sanctuary. The strongest relationships are those in which both partners feel like home to each other, a place where they can retreat, recharge, and be truly seen. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." How often do we overcomplicate love, chase ideals, or assume that deep connection must be dramatic, when in reality, love is often found in the simplest, quietest moments. So, if you have a man who tells you that you feel like home, know that you are not just someone he enjoys being with, you are the person he wants to return to, the one who makes him feel whole. And if you feel the same way, you have something rare and worth cherishing, because in a world full of temporary connections, being someone's home is the kind of love that lasts, the kind of love that brings peace, and the kind of love that defines what it truly means to belong. You've made it this far, which means you're ready to see love through a new lens. Type "Understanding is power" in the comments if this video gave you a fresh perspective. Stay with Win Stoic, because every word has a meaning, and we're here to uncover it. 5. My, a playful yet deeply meaningful word. When a man is in love, his natural instinct is to claim what matters to him, not in a possessive or controlling way, but in a way that signifies deep emotional attachment, devotion, and a sense of belonging. That's why the word "mine" carries more weight than it appears to at first. At face value, it may seem like a simple term, but when a man affectionately says, "You're mine," or refers to you as "my girl," "my love," or "my person," he is doing something profound. He is signaling to you, to himself, and to the world that he has chosen you, that you are special to him, and that he sees your relationship as something deeply meaningful. This is not about ownership, it is about commitment. It is his way of expressing, "I choose you, I cherish you, I don't want anyone else but you." A high-value man, one who embodies a Stoic mindset, does not make emotional claims lightly. He is intentional in his actions and his words, and when he uses "my" with warmth, confidence, and certainty, it is one of the clearest indicators that he is emotionally invested. Think about it. Men do not casually use the word "mine" unless they feel a strong emotional bond. Have you ever noticed how a man will introduce someone he deeply cares for? The tone in his voice, the way his eyes soften, the certainty with which he says, "This is my girl." These things matter. This is his subconscious way of marking emotional territory, not from insecurity. In Stoicism today, where emotional control and self-discipline are emphasized, men do not openly express attachment unless they genuinely mean it. A Stoic man understands that words hold power, and if he chooses to refer to you in a way that signals deep connection, it is not just a habit, it is a sign of certainty. Seneca once said, "Wealth is the slave of the wise man, but the master of a fool." In relationships, emotional security works the same way. Those who are wise do not seek to control another person, but instead cherish and nurture their connection. Let's put this in a real-world context. Imagine a man who has spent years being independent, focused on his goals, and selective about who he lets into his life. He has had relationships in the past, but none have made him feel secure enough to fully embrace commitment. Then, one day, he finds someone different. He no longer hesitates to hold her hand in public, to introduce her to others with a sense of pride, and when he looks at her, there's no uncertainty in his voice when he says, "This is my person." This shift is subtle but powerful. Men do not always express their emotions directly through long speeches or elaborate gestures. Instead, they reveal their hearts in small, meaningful ways. If a man uses mine in moments of affection, protection, or reassurance, this is his way of reaffirming his love. For instance, if he instinctively pulls you close in a crowd, brushes his hand against yours and says, "You're mine," with a smile, that moment speaks volumes. It is not about claiming ownership. It is about affirming his deep connection to you, letting you know that he values what you share and wants you to feel secure in his presence. But let's take this one step further. What does it mean if a man never uses mine in this way? What if he hesitates to introduce you with confidence or avoids using words that affirm commitment? While not every man expresses love verbally, there is something telling about whether or not he openly associates you with a sense of belonging. Love is not just about passion. It is about security, about knowing that you are valued and prioritized. In Stoic happiness, the ability to cultivate strong, meaningful relationships comes from recognizing what truly matters and investing in it fully. If a man calls you his in an affectionate and respectful way, he is not just passing time, he is emotionally committed and cherishes the connection you share. He is not just with you, he has chosen you, and that is one of the strongest signs of love. A strong, confident man does not hesitate to claim what he cherishes, not because he needs control, but because he understands the significance of emotional connection. If he consistently shows, both in subtle and direct ways, that he sees you as a part of his world, then you have something real. And if you feel the same about him, let him know. Because in a world full of fleeting relationships, being someone's home, their choice, their mine, is one of the rarest and most meaningful expressions of love. 6. Lucky. The simple yet overlooked sign of gratitude. Men don't always express emotions in deep, poetic ways, nor do they always articulate their love in long, elaborate speeches. Instead, their true feelings often emerge in the simplest, most unassuming phrases. One of the most powerful being, "I'm lucky." At first glance, it may seem like a casual compliment, something said offhandedly in a moment of affection. But for a high-value man, for someone who understands the importance of presence and gratitude, this phrase holds weight far beyond its simplicity. When a man tells you, "I'm so lucky to have you," he is doing something men are often reluctant to do, expressing vulnerability, acknowledging that your presence in his life is something rare, something he does not take for granted. In a world that often tells men to focus on strength, independence, and self-sufficiency, admitting that they need someone, that they value someone deeply, is a rare and significant moment. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote in Meditations, "Do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about your neighbor, unless with a view to some mutual benefit. Think about yourself and what it is that keeps you from loving simply." When a man says he is lucky to have you, he is recognizing not just your presence, but the impact you have on his life. An acknowledgement of love in its most sincere form. People often say they are lucky when they recognize that something truly valuable has entered their lives. No one says they're lucky for things they don't care about. No one feels lucky for something replaceable. When a man tells you he is lucky, it is his quiet way of saying, "I know what I have, and I appreciate it." Think about it. Gratitude is the foundation of all meaningful relationships. How many times have you heard stories of people who only realize what they had once it was gone? How many relationships have crumbled because one or both partners failed to show appreciation? A man who openly expresses that he feels lucky is not only acknowledging your worth, he is actively safeguarding the bond you share. High-value men, do not take the people they cherish for granted. In Win Stoic Principles, where strength is found in wisdom, discipline, and gratitude, recognizing and verbalizing appreciation is one of the clearest signs of deep emotional intelligence and commitment. Now let's put this in a real-life scenario. Imagine you're having a completely ordinary day. Maybe you're making coffee, sharing a laugh over something trivial, or sitting in comfortable silence together. There's no big occasion, no dramatic backdrop. And then, out of nowhere, he looks at you and says, "I'm really lucky to have you." No reason, no prompting, just a pure, spontaneous expression of gratitude. That moment, that's everything. That's not just love, it's awareness. It means he isn't just coasting through the relationship on autopilot, assuming that you'll always be there. He sees you, he values you, he knows what he has, and he isn't waiting for a holiday, an anniversary, or a milestone to express it. This kind of gratitude isn't performative. It's instinctive. It's real. And let's take it even further. What does it mean when a man consistently expresses this sentiment? Not just once, not just in passing, but as an ongoing reflection of his feelings. It means he doesn't just enjoy your presence, he actively treasures it. He is telling you in his own way, "I don't just love you, I am aware of how much you mean to me." That's powerful. In Stoicism today, we talk a lot about living in the present, about not being so consumed with the past or future that we forget to appreciate the now. A man who says he is lucky to have you is living in that present. He isn't looking at what else is out there. He isn't focused on what's missing. He is content. He is grateful. And that is one of the strongest indicators of a deep and lasting emotional connection. Relationships that endure, that grow stronger over time, are not built on grand gestures alone. They are built on the consistent, quiet recognition of value. Love is not just about passion. It is about appreciation. It is about knowing, deep down, that the person beside you is a choice, not an obligation, and treating them as such. As Seneca once said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. When a man tells you he is lucky to have you, he is doing exactly that, embracing the present, appreciating what he has, and making sure you know it. And if you are on the receiving end of those words, how do you respond? Do you brush it off, assuming it's just something nice to say? Or do you allow yourself to truly accept and internalize that appreciation? And more importantly, do you reflect it back? Because the strongest relationships are not one-sided. Gratitude is a two-way street. If a man tells you he is lucky to have you, let him know that you feel the same. Let him know that you too recognize the value of what you share. Because love, in its healthiest form, is built on mutual appreciation. And in a world where so many people take what they have for granted, hearing those words and meaning them is one of the most powerful things you can experience. 7. Need more than just wanting you. Men pride themselves on being independent, strong, and self-sufficient. From a young age, they are conditioned to stand on their own, solve their own problems, and never rely too much on anyone. They are taught that needing someone is a weakness, that true masculinity means handling everything alone. But when a man openly admits that he needs you, it is a profound sign of deep emotional connection. Far beyond mere attraction or fleeting infatuation, there's a world of difference between wanting someone and needing them. Wanting is about desire. It's about enjoying someone's presence, appreciating their qualities, or feeling a spark. But needing is about something far more significant. It is about emotional fulfillment, about recognizing that life without that person would lack something essential. When a man says, "I don't just want you, I need you in my life," he isn't saying he is weak or dependent. He is saying that your presence adds something irreplaceable to his world. This kind of emotional openness is rare, and when it happens, it should not be taken lightly. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote in Meditations, "A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions." When a man tells you he needs you, he is revealing what he values most: connection, trust, and a sense of partnership that goes beyond the superficial. Most men do not like to admit they need anyone. It contradicts the very essence of what they have been taught about being strong and self-reliant. But true strength isn't about never needing help. It's about knowing when to trust someone enough to lean on them. A man who tells you he needs you is showing vulnerability, and that is one of the most powerful signs of love. Think about it. How often do men openly express their emotions in a society that discourages them from doing so? How many men have been taught to bottle up their feelings, to handle stress in silence, to act as if nothing ever phases them? When a man lowers his guard and says, "I need you," he is not just making a statement, he is making an emotional confession. This means you are his source of comfort, his sense of stability, and his anchor in a world that often demands so much from him. In Stoic life lessons, we learn that acknowledging our emotions and trusting the right people is not a weakness, it is wisdom. The Stoics didn't believe in shutting down emotions. They believed in understanding them and directing them toward what truly matters. A man who understands this, who has a Stoic mindset, will not waste words. If he says he needs you, it is because he truly means it. Now, consider how this plays out in everyday life. Imagine he is going through a stressful time. Maybe work is overwhelming, family pressures are building, or personal struggles are weighing on him. Instead of withdrawing and handling it alone, he turns to you and says, "I just need you right now." That moment is significant. It means you are not just a spectator in his life, you are part of his emotional core. It is easy to enjoy the good times with someone, to laugh, to share experiences, to celebrate victories. But when life gets hard, when challenges arise, when stress feels insurmountable, does he turn to you or does he shut you out? A man who truly sees you as an irreplaceable part of his world will want to share his burdens with you, not because he expects you to fix them, but because your presence alone makes a difference. This is not about dependency, it is about trust. High-value men, those who understand Stoicism today, know that strength is not in isolation. Strength is in having the right people by your side. Even in everyday interactions, pay attention to the way he expresses need. If he says things like, "I need to see you," "I need your opinion on this," or "I need you to know how much I love you," these are not just casual remarks. These words show that he does not see you as just someone he enjoys spending time with. He sees you as essential, as someone whose presence, thoughts, and emotions genuinely matter to him. And the most telling sign? If he expresses this need consistently, in both the good times and the bad. Anyone can say, "I need you" in a moment of passion or vulnerability, but a man who continuously recognizes your significance in his life, who actively includes you in his thoughts, plans, and emotions, is someone who is deeply invested. A man who openly admits that he needs you is not just passing time, he is building a life with you. He is not merely sharing moments, he is creating a foundation. You are not just someone he loves, you are someone he depends on emotionally, someone he trusts deeply, someone he sees as an irreplaceable part of his world. If he needs you, it means he values what you bring into his life in a way that goes beyond attraction or companionship. It means he does not take you for granted. And in today's world, where relationships often feel transactional, where people come and go without fully appreciating what they have, this level of emotional honesty is rare and precious. Relationships are strongest when both people understand the depth of their connection, when both recognize that needing each other is not a weakness, but a testament to the strength of their bond. The Stoics believed that life is about understanding what truly matters and dedicating ourselves to it fully. In love, this means embracing the reality that needing someone is not about dependence, but about appreciation. Because at the end of the day, we all need something real, something solid, something worth holding on to. And when a man tells you he needs you, he is telling you that you are that person for him. And that is a truth worth cherishing. 8. Future, the clear signal of long-term commitment. A man who isn't serious about a relationship will avoid talking about the future. He will keep things light, focus on the present, and steer clear of discussions about long-term plans, commitment, or anything that suggests permanence. But when a man truly loves you, something shifts. He begins to naturally include you in his vision of what lies ahead, whether that future is next month, next year, or even decades from now. When a man starts using the word future in a way that includes you, it is one of the clearest indicators that he sees you as a permanent part of his life. This isn't about casual remarks or hypothetical scenarios. It's about real emotional investment. Pay attention to how he speaks about what's ahead. If he says things like, "We should take a trip next summer," or "one day when we have a place together," or even "I see us growing old together," these are not just passing thoughts. They are proof that he is mentally placing you in his long-term plans, integrating you into the bigger picture of his life. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, what we do now echoes in eternity. A man who is serious about you understands that relationships are not just about fleeting moments, but about building something that lasts, something that carries weight beyond temporary passion. A strong example of this is when you're having a casual conversation about your dreams and goals, and instead of just focusing on himself, he starts making plans that involve both of you. Maybe he mentions where you'll retire together, the kind of home he envisions you both living in, or even financial goals that consider you as a part of his long-term stability. These aren't just random words, they reflect his mindset. A man who is uncertain about his relationship will be vague about the future, leaving things open-ended and undefined. But a man who is deeply committed will naturally begin planning ahead with you in mind. This is because for high-value men who embody a Stoic mindset, commitment isn't something they take lightly. They don't invest their emotions, time and resources into something unless they see long-term value. In Stoicism today, where self-control and intentionality are key virtues, a man who makes future plans with you is showing that he has thought things through. He is not just acting on impulse, he is making a conscious decision that you are part of what he wants to build. When a man willingly talks about serious commitments, whether that's marriage, children, financial planning, or even where he sees himself living years down the road, it's because he already sees you as his life partner. This isn't something men do casually. Men are naturally wired to think about stability and structure, and when they include someone in that vision, it means they have already placed a significant emotional value on that relationship. If he sees you in his future, it means he isn't just dating you, he is building a life with you. There's a big difference between a man who enjoys spending time with you and a man who sees you as his future. One is temporary, the other is lasting. And men, especially those who live by Stoic life lessons, do not build futures with people they do not deeply respect, trust, and love. So, what does this really mean? If a man consistently talks about the future in a way that includes you, it is one of the strongest signs that his heart is already committed. He isn't just thinking about the present, he sees you by his side for the long haul. And that is rare. Many relationships today struggle because people hesitate to fully commit, always leaving doors open in case something better comes along. But a man who is serious about you will not make you feel uncertain about where you stand. He will talk about the future, not as a vague possibility, but as a plan, one that has you in it. And here's the real question: do you see yourself in that future too? Relationships thrive when both people are aligned in their vision of what lies ahead. So, if he talks about a future with you, do you feel the same? Do you both have the same values, the same goals, and the same desire to build something lasting? Because love isn't just about who you are together now, it's about who you will become together in the years ahead. And if a man is already thinking about you in that way, you are not just a part of his life, you are his future. If you've made it to the end, you're someone who values truth and deep connection. Drop a comment saying, "Words reveal everything," to show you're paying attention to the deeper meaning behind what men say. Stick with Win Stoic. There's always more wisdom ahead. 9. Forever, the ultimate love word. This is the holy grail of love words, the word forever. When a man speaks about forever with you, it means he is envisioning a life where you are a constant, an irreplaceable part of his existence. Unlike casual promises or affectionate gestures, saying forever carries a weight that men do not use lightly. Men, by nature, are practical thinkers. They assess stability, security, and long-term commitment with careful consideration. So when a man tells you, "I want to be with you forever," he isn't merely caught up in an emotional moment, he is making a promise, one that carries real meaning. In Win Stoic philosophy and the mindset of high-value men, words must be backed by action. They are not thrown around for temporary reassurance. A promise of forever is not about fleeting passion, but about devotion, about seeing a future that cannot exist without you. As Seneca wisely said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, it is because we do not dare that they are difficult." A man who says forever and means it is not afraid of commitment, he is embracing it because he knows he has found something worth dedicating himself to. The idea of forever isn't something most men joke about or say on a whim. They might playfully make short-term plans, discuss upcoming trips, or express affection in the moment, but when a man truly envisions forever, it reflects his deepest emotional investment. Pay close attention to when he says it. Does it come naturally in moments of genuine connection? If he tells you, "I see us together forever," or "I can't imagine my life without you," it means he is not just speaking in hypotheticals, he is mentally and emotionally all in. This isn't just about the present, it is about his entire future, and he sees you in it. When a man reaches this level of emotional clarity, it's because he has made a choice. He isn't searching anymore. In Stoicism today, where discipline and commitment define a person's character, this is a powerful sign. It shows that he isn't merely following fleeting emotions, but has carefully considered what you mean to him and has decided that you are the one person he cannot imagine life without. Have you ever experienced a relationship where the future always felt uncertain? Where serious conversations about commitment seemed to cause hesitation or avoidance? If so, then you understand the significance of a man who willingly and openly speaks about forever. It means he is not only thinking about what you have today, but what you will have in the years to come. Consider a simple but profound moment. Perhaps you are sharing a quiet evening together, no special occasion, no grand gestures, just an ordinary day where life feels easy. And then he looks at you and says, "I want to grow old with you. I want this forever." That's not just romance, that's a declaration from the deepest part of his heart. Words like these are not just said to fill silence. They are said because he means them. A man who envisions his entire future with you is not speaking lightly. He is expressing his emotional security, his confidence in your relationship, and his desire to build something lasting. But words alone are not enough, actions must align with them. A man who truly means forever will not only say it, but he will show it. Watch for the signs that reinforce his words. Does he make serious plans for the future with you? Does he consistently commit to the relationship, showing up for you in both the good times and the challenging ones? Does he take steps to build a life with you, discussing marriage, a home, long-term financial goals? These are not just signs of affection, they are evidence of a man who is thinking beyond the moment. A man who talks about forever but follows through with real commitment, real consistency, and real effort is a man who has already made his decision about you. He is no longer exploring possibilities, he is building a future. So what does this truly mean? If a man tells you he wants to be with you forever, he is making an emotional, spiritual, and lifelong commitment. He is not just talking about love in the present moment, he is declaring that his heart belongs to you for life. This is not just romance, it is a statement of loyalty, devotion, and unwavering dedication. Relationships built on real, enduring love are a mutual choice, a shared vision. If he sees you as his forever, do you also see him in yours? Because love is not just about who makes you feel good today, it is about who you can stand beside, build with and grow with in the years to come. A man who says forever and means it is offering you the greatest commitment he can give: his time, his trust, and his heart. And in a world where so many things are temporary, that is a promise worth holding on to. Men may not always express love in the ways that society traditionally expects, through grand gestures, poetic declarations, or constant verbal affirmations. But if you listen carefully, their words often reveal far more than they realize. The language a man uses, the way he chooses his words in everyday conversations, holds profound insight into how he truly feels. Throughout this journey of understanding male emotional expression, we've uncovered 9 powerful words that men use when they are deeply in love, each one carrying its own weight in meaning and intention. When a man shifts from thinking solely about himself to considering you as part of a team, the word "we" becomes a natural part of his speech, a sign that he is mentally and emotionally including you in his future. The word "safe" holds deep significance. Either he feels safe enough with you to be vulnerable, breaking through his conditioned emotional guard, or he wants to be the one who ensures your safety, both emotionally and physically. When a man says he is proud of you, it is more than just support, it is admiration, respect, and recognition of your character beyond achievements. And when he tells you that you feel like home, he is expressing something beyond temporary affection. He is revealing that with you, he finds peace, comfort, and a sense of belonging that goes beyond words. Love is not about ownership, but when a man affectionately uses the word "mine" to describe you, not in a possessive way, but in a way that expresses deep emotional connection, it is a reflection of his devotion and the way he cherishes what you share. Gratitude is one of the strongest indicators of lasting love, and when he says he is lucky to have you, that he is acknowledging your value and making sure you know that he does not take you for granted.
Perhaps one of the most telling words is need, when a man expresses that he doesn't just want you but needs you. It is an admission that your presence brings fulfillment to his life, that you are not just someone he enjoys being with, but someone essential to his happiness. A man who talks about the future in ways that include you is showing a level of commitment that extends beyond casual affection. He is building something real, seeing you in the long term, whether that be next year, the next decade, or for life. And finally, forever, the ultimate love word. When a man speaks of forever with you, he is expressing not just love, but a lifelong promise, a declaration that he envisions his life as inseparably intertwined with yours. Love, in its truest form, is not just spoken through grand statements, but is embedded in the smallest of words, the quiet moments, and the way he naturally includes you in his world. If you've heard any of these words from the man in your life, he may have been showing you more love than you ever realized. The Stoics believe that true happiness comes from appreciating the present and focusing on what is real, rather than chasing illusions. Seneca once said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." How often do we overanalyze love, looking for dramatic gestures, when real love is being shown to us in everyday conversations, in the consistency of actions, in the depth of the words spoken casually but meaningfully? What is Stoicism if not the ability to understand what truly matters, to recognize the truth beneath the surface? Perhaps it's time to take a step back, listen more closely, and appreciate the love that has been there all along.
If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Win Stoic for more content on Stoic life lessons, relationships, and timeless wisdom. And make sure to turn on notifications so you never miss our upcoming videos. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Has a man ever said any of these words to you? What did it mean in your relationship? Let's continue the conversation in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and remember, true love is often spoken in the smallest words, but with the deepest meaning. See you in the next video.